Do what you love, they say, and you'll never work a day in your life. But if you take the time to care about what you're doing, life will be a lot easier for you, too. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I would say so.
We got somebody here that we talked about it. We both decided it's important to actually care about what you do. We're going to talk more about it and a whole lot of more trade secrets. Stay tuned, everybody. Welcome, everyone, to Your Little Castle Show. Yours truly, Carter Rethwish, the Cardinal Cowboy. I'm here with my buddy Lewis. I'll put it on both of us. How about that? Lewis, I'm going to say it right. I'm going to put it up in front of myself so I read it. Menkhausen.
Nailed it.
Apex. I'll put that one up now, too. But Apex Design and Build. Apex Builds STL.com. You're going to have a new website coming out. If you missed the first show, everybody, check it out. It's cool talking to business owners that have the small business feel, because they don't have huge crews and a big corporate thing and all that, which I love. That's fine. Those are great. But I like working with the small business owners. And when I got to talk to Lewis a little bit more here about the fact that he sincerely does care about what he's doing. And I think that's ultimately what you're looking for, because if nobody cares what you know until they know how much you care. Have you heard that one?
Yeah.
And that's a good one, because if you don't care, then what kind of work are you going to do for me? Lewis really does care. With that, tell me, there's a lot of people building these days that just kind of put it together. It's got to get done. But what is the biggest mistake that the consumer often makes when they're deciding to get some work done?
I would say just not researching the people, not wanting to see the work they've done, or maybe even spoken to some of the clients they've dealt with in the past, or just kind of using their neighbor's buddy that happened to do good at this but ends up doing some other project and completely fails at it. Just do research on your people. Make sure they actually know what they're doing. Everybody will tell you they know what they're doing. They're not gonna say, "Oh no, I don't know."
I think the infamous, "Can you do that?" Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, of course.
Of course I can. Yeah, that's easy. I've done that many times, never in my life. But yeah, ultimately, people, they want the work is what they're trying to get, but you want to make sure. Chuck in a truck. I'm sorry, Chuck, if there's anybody named Chuck who is in a truck. But you got to make sure they've got that history. You're saying research them. Look to see they've got great looking work, some reviews, some history, and all the other things, websites and those kinds of things that make it integral, so you can figure out what they're doing. But how often people, they go off and sign a check for, give me a down payment, and now they got that down payment.
Oh, you see it all the time. There's actually a local group on Facebook now that you can look into. It's called Deals Gone Bad, where these guys... Really? Yeah, you can post about your negative experiences with contractors, and you'll see a lot of these guys out there that they're just taking down payments and running, or starting projects, not finishing them, because just don't pay them until they're done. Don't give them all the money, because they might not come back.
Yeah, well, is it fair? You tell me your strategy. Is it fair to get some of the money up front if to buy materials, or you say you don't know money up front? What's your strategy?
Oh, I mean, I have to take. I'm small time. Yeah. So in order for me to get supplies and stuff, I have to have some money down. I mean, I'll base it based on the project. So every project's a little different on what I need to get down, but it's going to be outlined in a contract of what you're giving me money for. Everything's line item and budget based. So we're transparent about it, at least. We're not just 50% now.
Yeah, I'll say it's that. See you when we see you. No. 50%. If the magic number is always 50%, then there's some margin inside of that. They're going to, they may not even, and then they're out.
Well, yeah, a lot of it does come.
But that does happen.
And that's why 50% is the number. Let's say just a lot of these projects, about when they pay out, is 50% labor, about 50% material costs a lot of times. So that's typically why you hear that number so much. But
keep it real is all we're saying. Mm-hmm. Make sure you're doing what's right. You do a little bit of commercial, but what you say, 95% of what you do is residential?
Yeah, that's what you're mainly residential.
Your bread and butter. Why do you enjoy the residential work so much?
It's just what I've done. It's my more preferable aspect of construction. Let's say, a lot of residential framing is wood framing. A lot of commercial stuff, it's metal studs, and it's just a different ballgame, different aspect of construction I don't fully prefer.
Yeah, the metal stuff, I mean, you do feel like you're in that, it's a different world. I mean, and it's just everything's kind of cookie cutter, but when you've got wood, you're literally carving stuff and cutting pieces.
I'm a craftsman.
There he is.
We call it with sawdust. We call it man glitter. I prefer that. I'd rather have that all over me than metal shaving. So
I hadn't heard that, mangler. That's a good way to look at it. But that's what us guys we want to get stuff done, get it ready, and you do. But ultimately, because of the residential, you're dealing with homeowners. You get to see the smile on the face of somebody else who's got a couple maybe beautiful girls like you've got, a family, and is that what you see, that final product and see the smile on their face?
Oh, I love it. That's what I live for. That's why I'm still doing it.
Many years of doing this now, 20 years, everybody. Started when I was a youngster. You can see that. But just putting in the time and make sure it gets done and build it up. So tell me a little bit about working in St. Louis. Do you have a particular part of St. Louis that you enjoy working? Is it all of St. Louis? And why do you like St. Louis?
Well, I mean, I was born and raised here, so I mean, I would say that's why I like it. And the sports, we have great sports teams. So that's always. Building here, it's just it's my people. I relate with these people. A lot of these, they're all born and raised here too. A lot of times, so it's just more relatable. It's our community. It's our way of life. Everywhere's a little different, so I couldn't imagine being like a Florida builder or Minnesota builder or something. I like it here. This is where I'm from. This is probably where I'll stay. So.
Yeah, stick around. Look for the people who are migrants, right? That are moving into other cities to do work. That's fine. You got to go do where the work is at. But somebody's born and raised right here in St. Charles. Is that where you grew up?
Oh, I grew up in North County,
St.
Louis,
okay.
Actually. Yeah, kind of towards the airport area.
Okay. And did you move? Are you in St. Charles now?
No, I'm still in St. Anne, where the old Northwest Plaza used to be.
I thought you said you had something out in St. Charles, but anyway.
Well, we do a lot of work in St. Charles County. So.
Gotcha. Okay, but it's that St. Louis area. It's St. Anne. All of that's a wonderful old. Some of the first areas of St. Louis were developed around that area. North County was where everybody started off in St. Louis. There was no South County.
It's growing back up again too. So
there was no South County 30 years ago. I remember when my mom and the family moved down before I was born to South County. They were like, oh, "There's nothing there. Are you gonna have water? Are you gonna have electricity?" But now the whole city is growing. We're up to 3 million people in St. Louis, and it's one of the best cities in the country to live in, especially for a value for homes. Is that true? You do these upgrades.
You're seeing a lot of people upgrade, a lot of new building, a lot of communities being built. I mean, we're definitely growing. You can see it.
Yeah, well, that's what you need in a vibrant city like St. Louis. There is a lot going on here, despite what some people may think. And if you study it, you'll see what I'm talking about, especially for the value you get for your homes here versus other places in the country where houses are 10 times for the same size, 2,000 square foot house, $1 million.
Yeah, it's insane.
Crazy. Tell me a time when you've helped somebody. You've got a few stories. I can imagine there's times when you're like, oh boy, all right, we're gonna have to come through and come out here and make a difference for somebody. May not make as much money, but take a couple lumps, but it comes back around. Can you give me a couple examples of people there's been times?
I've had like a job where someone couldn't really afford to actually pay for the services they were getting, and we just wanted to help. It was a door install once, and they couldn't really afford it, but we just kind of made it happen for them, and they kind of covered the cost of the door, but we were able to get it in because having a door in your house is pretty important. So we didn't want to leave the little old lady without it. So we just went ahead and handled it and made it right. So
yeah, well, how often is that the case when we get the opportunity to help somebody and take that opportunity? I tell me if you feel the same, but many times I see a challenge or I see something coming. It's happens almost daily, and you're like, oh boy, I was talking to a guy yesterday. It was kind of a sad story. And he missed our scheduled interview time, and he had a raspy voice, something was going on. And he told me what had happened, and I'm like, oh wow. All right. And he's like, I just really appreciate the opportunity, and you're going to help me. And I'm like, this is where it hits you, right? He's like, all right. But in St. Louis, there's a lot of opportunity for that as well, with the city that has, you get your upper class, middle class, and you get a little lower class.
Yeah, at the end of the day, you have to remember, we're all just human. We're all trying to make the best of this, and just have to be sympathetic to that sometimes and just keep moving.
There it is. We're all just human. You have to be sympathetic. That's so true, and it comes back around.
Life's hard. It don't exactly come with a blueprint. It's not all lined out. This is what you're supposed to do to live a good, happy, and successful life. You just got to roll with the punches and become, 1% better every day.
Good idea there. You know what that 1% better every day turns into?
365% growth over 1 year.
That's a heck of a lot of growth because there's 365 days. He's a smart man here. But just do 1% better every day, and you will end up with that ultimately 365% better, which is a great way to live your life. Tell me the biggest challenge you've had to overcome as a business owner. There's challenges every day. Like I was sharing with with some of our recent growth, and I'm just like, I'm holding on. Hope it continues. Right? We've worked hard to get here. Started from the bottom. Now we're here. But,
Nailed it.
but how often is it the case? There was a time when you're like, man, can I keep doing this? Or challenges but you made it, obviously, and you've overcome those and made you stronger.
Well, I would say the biggest challenge for me is just when we kind of first got going, all of a sudden it just blew up. There's just so much work, and it got really overwhelming, but I don't quit easily, so I have to keep going. I'm going to keep trying, and it was hard to deal with. So I'm glad that we've toned things down a little bit. We're trying to keep it small time, 1-2 projects at a time, but that was probably my biggest challenge, just growth all at once, not being able to fully adapt to it, which we still made it work. It was rough.
A little stressful, yeah. You call those growing pains, I guess, and that can be very stressful, especially when you're talking about construction. My little world, a camera goes out, a light doesn't work, okay, but you got like a roof coming down, or you got somebody's project that's got to be on task.
It's a lot of variables.
People are moving in or moving out. Yeah, you've got a lot more stress.
Yep.
And dealing with some high-ticket items. What the smallest job you may ever have is a couple $100, and that's for some little repair. But what's the average construction job you're doing? Are you doing mostly decks and?
I would say average. We're 20 to 30 grand. We do decks, kitchens, small room additions. So we do these projects, but then we've done projects up to 100, 150 grand for kitchen. So
really,
yeah, they get pretty pricey.
And when you ultimately coming down and you're doing some of these finished basements, you're finishing off an entire basement. You're going to have to add. You're doing literally everything. You're going to do the plumbing, electrical.
We've done basement room theaters, workout rooms with glass walls.
What?
So not every project's the same, and a lot of it's budget based. My goal is to help create a budget with you. I'll outline what we include in that number, and then we go from there.
Well, if you look at the tagline that Lewis uses here, I'm going to put it on the screen for everybody. I know my timer's going to kick it off if I kick it too soon, so I'm just going to let it flow here. But Apex Design and Build, top quality at a great price. Not at a mega discount price.
No.
But at a fair price, something that's going to get it done right.
Yeah, my kids like ribeyes.
Right. So you're going to give somebody a fair price, a great price,
yep.
But that quality is key. You
Yeah.
can't take out the quality. If you take out the quality, you sacrifice a lot more.
Yeah, I've had to, and I will. I've sacrificed money out of my pocket to make sure things were done correctly. You just do what you got to do.
Yeah,
That's the most important part.
Yeah, okay, that's the most important part. And is that because your name is on the line here?
Yes.
And literally every day?
Yes.
You won't keep getting those 5-star reviews if you
got to.
Keep giving.
I ought to have a new one here soon. We just did a kitchen recently, and she's super happy. So
there you go. So we're going to show off some of the work done here by our expert, and lots of good stuff. You can see a lot of that's on his Facebook. It'll be on his website. There's some under construction with that, but I'll put the wide screen out. But just take a glimpse of some of those. And we're going to go off here in a minute to take a break. But
a lot of blood, sweat, and tears in the project.
A lot of blood, sweat, and tears, a lot of great work, and a lot more to come. But we've got an expert here.
Look at that. You got a slide on the deck.
They've even got a slide
cool
on the deck, everybody. That's some excitement. We're going to share all of this as we get back into this. We'll come back from a little break here. Some more of the fun stuff we get to partake out in our St. Louis community. Check it out.
Okay.
Hey everybody, it's John Fogarty.
Thank you.
You're a kind of a musician on the side, right?
Yeah, I'm going to sing a little bit later today, but not until after the golf.
Right. Summit, great organization. We love you guys. Great interview we had.
Yeah, we had a great time on the podcast.
That was fun, man. That aired on ABC about 6 months ago.
Yeah, probably 6 months ago. It was right fall, I think. So yeah, maybe a little more.
Well, you guys do good work. Tell me why you love this event here. You're supporting Will.
Yeah, so Will Be Inspired golf tournament. Veterans, first responders, 100% everything goes right back into it. So always support the best and try to take care of ours and take care of us. Thank you, guys.
That's awesome. There we go. All right, everybody. We'll be back for more. Giddy up.
His name is Carter Rathwich, but in St. Louis, he's known as the Cardinal Cowboy. He's a well-known fixture in the stands at sporting events in the Gateway City. He's one of its greatest cheerleaders, a super fan like no other. When he makes his rounds at almost every home game, he shares his love for sports with the rest of fandom with a smile, a cheer, some positive encouragement, and lots and lots of selfies and pics. But the Cardinal Cowboy was born of a tragic incident. Rathwich was an aspiring athlete in high school and college. He dreamed of playing in the big leagues, but those dreams ended when he and 3 of his college friends were hit with a devastating crash by a 5-time drunk driver. One of his best friends died. Carter suffered a critical head injury. The trauma put him in a coma for 6 days. The doctors said he was never expected to function again. Those expectations never came true. He fought back and finished college. He was determined to prove the doctors wrong. Among other inspirations, it was his love of baseball that kept him going. And from his near-death experience, the Cardinal Cowboy emerged. His goal in life became to inspire others with positivity despite the odds, to help people believe in themselves and achieve their dreams.
So after my coma, I realized that it was up to me if I was going to accomplish my goals, if I was going to reach my dreams. Despite what the naysayers would say, the people that were discouraging me, like they do everyone, it's up to me if I'm going to make it. Don't listen to the naysayers. It's up to you. You decide whether you're going to succeed, whether you're going to reach your goals. Dream, and then always, always chase your dreams. Never give up. Giddy up. Hey, we're looking for the small business owners and leaders in our community to be on our show. This is the Your Little Castle show. We air 3 times a week, every week on ABC, and we would like to put somebody you know, or maybe it's you, who's a business owner to be on our show. You'll sit right here in our guest chair, right here, sitting here talking to us. We're going to put on the wall your website and everything about you and highlight you as a leader. Fill out the form you see here on our website. It's bigleagues.com, and if you go to bigleagues.com, fill out this form. It takes just a couple seconds, and you can even schedule yourself right here. Schedule yourself to be on the show, and there is no charge for us to record you. There's no charge to be in the studio. Check it out if you would like to be on. Fill out the form again, bigleagues.com. This is where we can turn any interview into a series of clips. Check that out. Go to bigleagues.com. So much you get to partake and enjoy in the media in the world. We talked about our book the first show, but get this book, it'll show you. But media has changed the way the world runs. And if you don't have social media, websites, reviews, lots of pictures. We're going to go over a lot of these pictures with you here in just a second. But literally, like, how has media changed? Somebody's been doing this for 20 years. You've seen some changes in our little planet.
I would say the biggest thing, well, at least for our industry, is being able to share your experiences instantly with your contractor, or being able to post your pictures instantly and sharing the things that you do. And I don't know, it's kind of the main thing, really. It's just sharing it.
Putting stuff out there for people to see. We're going to share some great work here done by our expert in the building. Lewis has got a lot of stuff he's done here. So we'll start off at the top. And this is the composite style deck. Is that right?
Yes.
And so
We
with
just
that,
did that one recently, actually.
so that's the most recent picture I see out there. And so if you get through these, but you're tearing off and putting it together, cleaning things out, and putting on some beautiful decks. And you can see for the construction from the beginning, lots of 2x10s, 2x12s, new roofs over these particular. Not really, it's an awning, but that's a deck. That's a roof for the deck now. Is that true?
Yeah, roof over deck. We do a lot of those.
Okay. So there's some roofing materials that are necessary.
Which we could take the shingles off and do it better. It's just you're doing remodel work, so a lot of times they stay on to keep the house from leaking throughout the process.
Gotcha. Yeah, as long as you're covering up and putting the pieces the right way. But lots of stuff there. You can see the angle from that a lot of times. Kitchens. Some. Tell me what you did with this one a little bit.
That one we painted it. We took all the doors to the shop and sanded everything down, primed it, repainted it.
That's some good looking work right there, and you can see the kitchen.
You feel like that was
Before and the after.
Old brown color.
Okay, yeah, that looks great. Yeah, to get that paint job finished correctly.
You don't always have to pay to redo everything, you know. Sometimes we can just make them look pretty with what you got.
There you go. Smarter, not harder, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do things the right way. And there's that kitchen again. I'm going to put up here for everybody to see. But yeah, there's the before. And there's
they paid a couple grand to have us do that instead of paying $35 grand to redo the whole
cabinets,
kitchen.
would it be a $30,000 job to
That's
get
at
that
least
done?
a $35,000 kitchen there.
We talked about these steps here a little bit and the decking that goes with it. This is called Tiger.
It's tiger wood. It's like
Tiger?
it's an Ipe
Tiger wood.
Brazilian hardwood.
Okay, that looks pretty extravagant. Tell me about it a little bit.
It's expensive.
It's expensive. Looks
Yeah,
dynamite.
It's a fancy wood basically. Every board looks different. You know, it's fun. I like it.
Just a pretty unique pattern.
It's definitely unique.
Some more composite. You can see the construction, those joists, and there's before, and then after. And now is that a composite?
Yeah, it's composite. Our favorite brand would be that. It's Decorators.
Decorators. Okay.
Yeah, good decking. They make railings and other stuff too, but
Okay.
that's
so
my go-to for composite decking at least.
composite. And composite you like because it lasts so long.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Talk about this is the one you were talking about earlier. Big workout room, windows, mirrors.
That's my sister's house.
Your sister's house? Nice.
Yeah, we took that wall out, had to move ductwork, electric, and then have a good glass company come in and handle that.
Nice.
It was fun.
Okay.
They're both pretty fit.
Sister. Okay. So they're in good shape. They better be after having a workout room that looks like that, right? Gotcha. Some more. Is another angle for that tiger wood? Is it the same deck?
Same kind of decking, yeah.
Okay.
We used to do a bunch of that back in the day.
And a lot of but I love that. And you're saying because it looks kind of like a tiger's finish, right? We got some community stuff going on, and then some.
Yeah, we just had Martin Luther King Day again.
Yeah, but that was yesterday. Everybody, happy Martin Luther King Day. But here is your. Now, is that a cedar deck?
That's tiger wood too.
That's tiger wood.
Look at the details there.
I was just saying
And the
that looks
cuts I put
dynamite.
on them rails.
That looks so cool. I don't want to cover up this up, but I want people to see the name here. There you
I
go.
put the details on there. I'm telling you.
You carve that in there like that?
Oh yeah.
So how many decks would you say you've done with tiger wood?
That probably 100
Probably 100 tiger wood.
easily. Yeah.
Okay. You kind of gotten to be known for that, I guess. Is this down in the city? Where's that at?
Oh, I wish I could remember every one of them. I've done a lot of decks though, so
Yeah,
they kind of blur together at this point.
Finishing off a bedroom here?
That was actually an Airbnb we did.
Okay.
2,400 square foot unit, full remodel, all new hardwood. We did the wainscoting, kitchen, all that wainscoting on the wall we did. It's pretty nice. Floating vanity, those are pretty cool.
There you go. The floating, yeah.
Yeah, all that border. I laid all that border out. We did all that.
Wow, that floor is unbelievable there.
And we created the arch opening and that. It was just a regular doorway.
Yeah, that's
to
a heck
start,
of a.
but it was a fun project.
Is this the same place or is this a different bathroom? Our kitchen, I mean?
Yeah, it's same place.
Yeah, a little kind of.
We ended up doing 5, basically 2,400 square foot units in this building.
Okay, yeah.
They were all themed. That was a Downton Abbey theme.
Gotcha. Airbnb is popular. We've got a few that we run now, and it's just you got to make them look right. If you try to be cheap on Airbnbs, your reviews will be
I
terrible.
don't imagine that one's very cheap to rent for the night.
Yeah, no, dynamite. All this work, this is unbelievable. Yeah, that molding and everything. These are some heavy duty jobs. You really know what you're doing here.
Details.
Details. Back to what we were talking about. Details.
And
Details
we're
matter.
small time too. Big things come in small packages.
There you go. 20 years experience. Lewis Menkhausen here, everybody. And this one was kind of a fun one. They've got that shows the front of it.
I really wanted to go down the slide,
But they have
I'm
there's a
6'7".
side. But there's a slide. But you would almost just get in a slide and you'll almost be done. But that is a pretty cool looking little addition to a deck. That's not a normal thing, but that's pretty cool. And see, there's some cool looking railings, and but the spindles are become very popular these days too.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that rail right there is actually a Westbury product. That's kind of our go-to railing right there.
Okay.
Durable, maintenance free.
Maintenance free, beautiful. Yeah, it looks dynamite. You get all the finishing. They get the fleur de lis, and you can see it from the.
It's a local guy actually. He calls it Art Deco.
Art Deco. There's some vinyl.
Yeah, that's a vinyl railing
with
system.
composite. So this goes on and on. Well, take some time if you do go out to check out Lewis' website and his social media, which will be linked from there. But apexbuildsstl.com, up and coming site will be done here shortly. I don't know when that'll be ready, but we'll have that out there. But probably before this actually airs, you can see it. But lots of incredible work there and some great finishes. I'm going to go back out to the wide shot here. With that, people have seen this by now. You've been doing this for a long time. What is the process for somebody to get started with you?
Well, first we meet up. We kind of want to discuss your goal, your vision.
Okay.
And then we got to talk budget.
Right.
You know, what are we looking to put in this project? What are you hoping to get out of this project? And I try and work within that budget number and kind of show you what we can bring you. Let's say you got 30 grand to build a deck. I'll show you what I can bring you for 30 grand. If you don't really know, I could show you different options. I can give you a couple different pricing points, and we go from there.
Yes, because so ultimately, get a hold of them, right? And you could do it. 314, that phone number on there. 314. I'm going to
Call or text. That's my direct line.
That's
so
your direct cell phone right
I
there.
don't always answer because the saws are going, but you know.
You'll call them back if they send you a text. 314-866-2739. Schedule a time. You like to meet with people face to face. You'll go out to their house
Oh yeah, definitely.
and then kind of put together and then go back, put together a plan, and then within how long does it normally take you to turn around? Depends on the size of the project, I would imagine.
Yeah, I mean, like a little deck, we can kind of talk numbers right away. Some of the bigger projects, it could take time to get you an actual detailed bid put together, but
And lots of beautiful work that gets to exemplify what you can have done here by Lewis and the process for what he's got there. It makes it pretty straightforward. And what's a typical turnaround for a normal a deck? Anywhere from a week to a month?
to build it,
Yeah, to build something like that.
well, you have to get to go through your permit process and your planning, your drawings. So we get those submitted. That could take anywhere from 2 to 6 weeks, depending on what municipality you're dealing with. And then I would say most builds take between 1 and 2 weeks. Maybe faster on some of the smaller ones, but I would say it's a good average. 1 to 2 weeks.
Okay,
yeah.
so you're not talking a month for these things. What's the biggest question people have for you before they get started? Is it always, what can I get? How much do I spend? Or what are people asking you? Say, I'm ready to go, but what's their biggest question?
I would just say, how long is this going to take?
Uh-huh.
Is kind of the main thing. We're the construction experts. They're not.
Right.
They don't have no clue what's going on. So we have to just try and help them throughout the way. But usually it's, how long is this going to take? Like, how long are we going to have to deal with you and your saws and your
In the crew.
hooting and hollering, depending on what we're doing, you know?
No, that's an important one to answer, and it's, if you've got a process down to get it done, like we just mentioned, 1 to 2 weeks typically. Ultimately, what gives you the most satisfaction out of what you're doing here? When you wake up every day and you finish a project, you're really improving the value of somebody's house here.
Definitely. Like we said earlier too, it's just seeing the smile on the customer's face. You know, especially they've lived in a house, let's say they lived there for 20 years, now all of a sudden they have this brand new kitchen or brand new bathroom that they're just not used to, and a lot of times they're just super excited. And me seeing that makes me super excited too. So
It is exciting. It is fun to put smiles
Yep.
on the faces of your clients, and
Yep.
if you're doing good work and putting things out that do put that smile on, then obviously you know what you're doing. Your business can thrive. Your business can survive. Your business can last. Our buddy Lewis here has been doing this for 20 years. I got the right. Put the camera over here. 20. I got to do it like that way. 20 left to right. There we go. 20 years as an expert making sure this happens. One more picture up there on the wall for everybody. Great looking work. He'll make sure and get it done right. Get a hold. Go to apexbuildsstl.com. Stay tuned, everybody. This is the Your Little Castle Show. We'll be back highlighting our leaders in our community. If you know anybody, let us know. Watch all our shows on YouTube. You can see them there if you missed them when they aired on ABC. Giddy up.